Why are you watching Stay Night again when you've already seen the original adaptation? Why, no other reason other than its peak.
The more you strive for the total salvation of all, the more you'll be consumed by your own contradiction. Wipe out every trace of your life with my own two hands.
Seeing as you guys have chosen Unlimited Blade Works over 2 Donghua, it has probably solidified my channel as an anime YouTuber. That being said, in honor of the upcoming Star Rail collab, which might be up by the time I upload this, Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works has been the most anticipated in this series, and the reason I continue to reach this point. The story begins through the perspective of Rin, who is preparing to participate in the upcoming 5th war. Watching Zero before coming to UPW is honestly great because I do see details that make you go, ah, I've been there, I've seen it. Haha, 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 which is really cool. It adds that layer of connection between the characters and environment. The current world looks a lot more peaceful. There is definitely more vibrance to the scenes, and for the first time, daylight doesn't look like Gotham City. Keep in mind though, the time is 1 hour faster. Rin follows Mitsuzui shortly after they are greeted by Sakura, and to my surprise, they don't recognize each other one bit. Maybe a future plot reveal will happen, I don't know. Since Rin is participating in the 5th Holy Grail War, it's essential for her to have a servant, ideally from the Saber class. Once again, for the war to commence, 7 masters and their servants are summoned and must take place for the grail to appear itself. The grail can grant one person any wish they desire, so in order for that to happen, everyone who desires the grail must fight to its elimination. After performing the summoning, a red shockwave emits the dark room, shortly followed by a loud thud. It seems to be coming from a nearby room. As Rin struggles to unlock the door, she is met with a white-haired figure in red. He reveals himself to be of the archer class, which took Rin a bit to comprehend. Since the clocks were 1 hour faster, Rin, although pre-planned in accordance to the summoning, failed. However, it seemed to be more than just an error of chance. Nevertheless, Archer is chosen to be Rin's familiar, and his first gut-wrenching difficult task as a servant is to clean the mess he made. He's pretty good though. As Rin was examining the mark on the rooftop, she realized that this symbol is capable of dissolving any nearby humans that come into contact. Lancer, watching from above, is aware that the archer class is truly made up of archers, and if people died, they are killed. In order to prevent Rin from destroying the sigil, Lancer charges up and attempts to kill Rin. The two continue the chase on the school's baseball field until Archer finally intercepts Lancer. They clash, sparks begin to fly, and the only thing that a red-haired boy is physically able to bear witness to are the colors of red and blue, and one lands to the heart tissue. In episode 2, Shirou has officially become the 7th master. Rin fills Shirou in on what to expect and the basics on participating in the war. I keep having to remind myself that Kodamin is the one facilitating the war and how much I absolutely hate this guy so much, I hope someone stabs him. Episode 3 kicks off with the group's first conflict. The group is met with Ilya and her servant Berserker. I also forgot to mention that Shirou already counted her in an earlier episode. Ilya is the biological daughter of Iris Fiel and Gigguk, so technically Shirou and her are foster siblings. Ilya has a burning hatred towards her father, but surprisingly it's worse towards Shirou, despite never actually interacting with her his entire life up until this point. Saber and Berserker engage. At first I thought Berserker was based on Goliath, but he's actually Hercules. Recognized for his immense strength and 12 labors, the son of Zeus is a powerful Greek demigod capable of lifting 2 building equivalent stone pillars. What makes Berserker so scary is his noble phantasm God Hand, 12 labors. Granting him the ability to be resurrected, Hercules could only be stopped if he was killed 12 times. Yeah, this servant is terrifying. I would at least stay 5 dimensions away from it. But fortunately for the King of Knights, giving up isn't in her code of conduct.
What do you mean I should get clear?
Unexpectedly, Archer stalls Berserker's regenerative ability. I feel like stall is a stretch because that brute is still standing. Someone get Berserker a chair, goddammit. The goat needs his own throat. Ilya, after Archer managing to somehow keep Berserker immobilized, still has shifted her interest to Rin's servant, even after Saber was able to destroy Berserker's flesh, yet she somehow feels connected to Archer. Oh well, no matter. Something that did struck me towards the end of episode 4 was Rin's lame motif. When the fossilized creature pounced on Rin, it came out of nowhere and blessed my ears. I'm not musically inclined, but the recurring jumble of notes that play whenever Rin has a shining moment left such an impact on me. I actually have the song playing right now while editing. Episode 5 dives into a flashback between Gigguk and Shirou. Shirou asks his father why he gave up on his dream of becoming a hero of justice. Being a hero is a limited time thing. Once you become an adult, things get a lot more difficult. Shirou understands that. There was something peculiar about what he said in response to his dad's dream. Leave your dream to me. I will become a hero of justice. A very profound scene. As someone who finished Fate Zero prior to UVW, it hits. It hits especially hard knowing how much Gigguk went through. Rin and Shirou duke it out on the school hallways due to them being enemy masters for the grail. Rin wanted to eliminate Shirou and force him to surrender his command seal because once again, they are masters and their main objective is to get the Holy Grail. Rin believes that only one master is worthy of it, so she's doing Shirou a favor by killing him. We all know deep down she wasn't trying to. I mean, come on, you've been saving his life from episode 1 onwards. Their game of cat and mouse comes to a halt when Ryder pierces Shirou's arm. Shirou ventures into the forest. His arm is chained to the branch of a tree after calling Ryder inferior to the other servants. And honestly, he deserves it. Rin and Shirou create a truce due to a change of circumstance. They suspect that Shinji has created a mana field around the school, which is responsible for draining the vitality of anybody in its radius. During the night when Shirou leaves the Tohsaka residence, Shirou notices Archer's presence. Yo, I don't need someone trying to kill me to walk me home. You're right. I'm only doing it because your babe wants me to. Excuse me? I don't really care about the Holy Grail, by the way. I just want to kill you. Okay? Realizing that they were in a pickle, Shirou uses his command seal to summon Saber. Saber hacks away at the mutts so Shirou and Rin can look for Shinji. Shinji was found, however, Ryder is dead. She was brutally hammered from the impact of strikes trying to protect Shinji. Caster was the only servant present in the school. Could have been her? Yes and no. Soichiro Kuzuki is the master of caster and he's previously been introduced as the history and homeroom teacher in the school. Kuzuki frequently visits the temple, so he isn't a mage, but instead a skilled martial artist. His techniques are infused by magic, granting him 2 times knockback, sharpness, unbreaking, fire aspect, you name it. He inadvertently helps Shirou's trace proficiency, allowing him to not wield 1, but 2 blades. This man single-handedly caused issues for Saber, Rin, and Shirou. However, Archer effortlessly dinked him like it was a walk in the park.
Archer!
Archer betrays Rin. He surrenders himself to her on one condition, that Rin leaves safely. Rin and Shirou have a touching moment where Shirou confesses his love to her. They reflect and decide to have dinner together. Despite everything that these two lost, they are still choosing to be optimistic and frugal with their mana and abilities. Rin believes that external help would be beneficial, so they head over to the Ainsburn Manor. Ilya opens the gate, and while Shirou and Rin are free to enter, Gilgamesh and Shinji also arrive. Once the King of Heroes is here, you know shit is going down. Moments after Gilgamesh incapacitates the 2 mates, Berserker bursts through the wall and begins deflecting all of Gil's weapons. This was a pretty interesting fight due to Gil's boundless attack power and Berserker's endurance. Think of it as the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Truly poetic. Berserker is utterly outclassed by the sheer driving force of Gilgamesh. What actually is pretty fucked up is the way Iliad dies to the hands of Gil. He blinds her, stabs her, takes her heart and feeds it to this buffoon. But before that even happens, Lancer offers to help the high schoolers out. He's had enough of Caster, so he's reaching out to the boy he killed and the girl he almost beheaded. Awesome sauce! Ufotable once again, ahead of their game. They delivered these delicious visuals all the way back in 2015. That's enough time for another Holy Grail war.
Torres.
Archer returns to the good side by killing Caster and Kuzuki. Yay! Fantastic job. Come on guys, let's go get the grail.
I am the bone of my sword.
Archer's desire has been to kill Shirou all along. He dreads Shirou's existence by the second, believing that the outcome of Shirou's goal towards being a hero of justice is extremely flawed and painful. The remorse of taking another's dream because he wanted to keep that flame alive. That is why Archer wants Shirou gone. Archer's existence may dissipate once Shirou dies, since Archer is a future version of MES Shirou. Shirou clashes with Archer in the reality marble in hopes that Archer persuades his younger self to let go of his dream to become a hero. Frankly, becoming a counter guardian, a hero of justice, has been the most regretful thing Archer has done. You couldn't help but admire the beauty in your father's dream of helping others. He bashes Shirou for not having any passions and goals for himself, and the outcome resulted in misery. Misery from his so-called justice. Misery in hopes of saving others when you've only saved the very few while the rest perish. I thought the ending was stupid. How Archer leaving Shirou alive was a mistake. Until I thought of Rin. She's the reason why Emiya Shirou will go down a different path from his counterpart. Archer is a future version, yes, but from a different universe, a different timeline. And this is truly our unlimited Blade Works, guys. Yay! Anyways, watch Fate. Bye.